Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the internet. Welcome to the G.R.O.W Show. Happy Wednesday. Coach Kyle Evans coming to you today. Sorry about yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. Just could not fit it on the schedule, unfortunately, and that's okay because we're going to make up for it today. Unless you don't like the Yankees. Let me explain, man. So, guys, I'm traveling for Bold right now. I'm speaking to the agents in the New York area today. But yesterday, their team leader, Kevin Toohey, took me to a Yankees game. And it was my first time. It was my first experience in a Yankees game, Yankee Stadium, all those things. And it was pretty cool. Love them or hate them, guys. The Yankees have been around for a long time. And I think there's some lessons there that we can pull from it. So if you love the team, listen in. If you hate the team, listen in. Let's talk about leadership and not about baseball. So here's the interesting thing, and my question for you is this. Have you ever gone somewhere and the energy, the feeling, the vibe, it's just different? You know, walking into that stadium, walking around, going through the tour, going through the hall of retired numbers and amazing players and their statues, just feels like legacy. There's the ghost of greatness, right? Like everywhere throughout. And then I heard someone say as we were walking through the walkway where all the monuments are, and someone said something like this: you don't watch the Yankees play, you witness them play. You don't watch them play, you witness them play. And that just stuck out to me, and it stayed in my mind, and it rolled around. And I was thinking, like, what if we lived that way? Right? Like, what if we led that way? What if we showed up that way, that kind of weight, that kind of sincerity, that kind of intentionality that, people don't watch the way we live, they witness it. That's what we're thinking about today. Leadership, legacy, the invisible code that separates contenders from champions, that separates one time winning something or a dynasty, three-peat, a standard. There's a guy, his name's Lou Gehrig, and he was a famous Yankee player. And one of the things I love about Lou Gehrig was he played 2,130 straight games. Straight games. No load management that you see today, right? No mental health days, no excuses. He played tired. He played sick. He played hurt. He played when his personal life was going haywire. He showed up anyway. His nickname was the Iron Horse, right? He was diagnosed with ALS in 1939, and he retired from the sport at 36. And here's the thing I want you guys to wrap your head around when we talk about witnessing versus watching. In his farewell speech, he said, "I consider myself the luckiest man on the earth. I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. And this is a man with an ALS diagnosis." Guys, what are you building that demands your consistency, not just your talent? What are you building that demands you show up when you're tired? You show up when you don't feel like it. Where have you let your feelings interrupt that follow through? If I'm being honest with you, that happens to me sometimes. And so when I hear these stories about these people who had this iron will, this iron grit, this consistency to just keep going and keep showing up no matter what, it's inspiring to me. It makes me check myself like, hey, man, my emotions are valid, but my standard must be louder, right? My emotions are valid. Like, it's okay to feel a certain type of way and experience things. And yet, do your standards overcome them? Another great player a lot of the world knows about, his name was Derek Jeter, right? He played 20 seasons, 2-0. No scandals, no trash talk, no excuses. They called him the captain. That was his nickname. Because he led with example and not ego. You know, when you hear about Jeter and some of the things and how he played and how he showed up, he would show up early. He would work relentlessly, and he wouldn't talk about it. He would just show up and do the things. His final bat at Yankee Stadium, his final bat, his send-off bat, was a walk-off hit. Why? Because he was ready. Because he was always ready. Because of how he showed up, how he played. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, real leaders don't have to raise their voice. They raise their baseline. There's a old saying that says, speak softly but carry a big stick, right? Teddy Roosevelt. Guys, how big's your stick? And when I say that, I mean, what does your action show? I say this a lot. If I followed you around with the camera for 20 days, 30 days, what would we actually see? Not what you're saying, what would we actually see? Are you preparing behind the scenes like your moment is coming? Are you preparing behind the scenes like that billion-dollar meeting is this week? Do you lead in silence or only when there's a mic? Are you showing up when people aren't clapping? Are you doing the work that no one's looking at? Leadership isn't loud, it's consistent. Another great Yankee, Mariano Rivera, one of the all-time leaders in the MLB with saving games, right? He's a closing pitcher. He had one pitch, the cutter. Everyone knew it was coming. Everyone knew. Like, I know what this guy's going to throw, and yet they still couldn't hit it. He was still one of the top closers of all time with one pitch. Why? Because he didn't need more variety. He used more mastery. Stop chasing 10 tools, master one until it makes you undeniable. In the South, we have a saying, don't fear the man with 10,000 rifles that he has shot once. Fear the man with one rifle that he shot 10,000 times. Guys, what's your cutter going to be? What's the skill that if you refined it relentlessly would make you unreplaceable? What is it going to be? What are you going to master? Don't buy any more books until you've read all the books you have. Think about this. Why don't you eat all the food in your fridge before you go out and buy more? Why don't you master your database before you go spend money on leads? Why don't you master having a conversation, overcoming the fear of rejection before you run out and spend tons of money on marketing? What are we going to master? Your success isn't hidden in more, it's buried in mastery. When will we flip that switch? When will we understand this? That is an amazing lesson from Mariano. Guys, the Yankees code, identity before ego. Still to this day, they don't have names on the back of their jerseys. They're in the pinstripes. They just allowed their players to start having beards for decades. Their dress code was no beards, strict dress code. Why? Because when you wear the pinstripes, it represents more than you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you're not just building a business. You're wearing a name. You're wearing a brand. For some of us, we're wearing a legacy. What does your presence represent when you walk into a room? Is it like walking into the room with pinstripes? Have you elevated your identity above your image? Guys, when I'm talking about this, when I'm bringing this up, I want you to think about this. Ego says, notice me. Identity says, let me honor what I represent. Ego says, notice me, but identity says, let me honor what I represent. What do you represent? What is it? And are your actions backing it up? Are you just posting it as a quote on socials, or are you living it? Are you showing up quietly when no applause is around? Character is what you do when no one's looking. What does your character say? Are we building a brand, a name, a legacy? Are we working towards mastery and not just accumulating more? Are we showing up consistently when we don't feel like it, when we're tired, when it's raining, when it's hard, when the market's frothy? What are our actions? Today is Wednesday, and you have an opportunity to act like the Yankees. Love them or hate them, the success is undeniable. The brand is world known. What is your brand? Guys, this week, this month, this weekend, we've got two options. We can coast like most people, or we can calibrate like a leader. Is it coasting or is it calibration? Those are your two options. I want you to not just admire greatness, I want you to adopt its discipline. Like, don't just watch it, adopt it, take it in, transform it. Become the thing that you look up to. It's that simple, and yet it can be that hard. I want you to understand this. Experience isn't the best teacher. Evaluated experiences. Are you watching your own game film? Are you seeing what successful people do, picking out a couple things that you're missing, and then applying it back to your own life, your own business? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not just talking about work here. I'm talking about how you show up at home. What do those conversations sound like? Are you showing up as your best self even when you don't feel like it at the dinner table? Are you showing up for your kids when you're tired? Are you showing up for your friends when you don't feel like it necessarily? Are you coasting or are you calibrating? Again, don't just admire greatness, adopt its disciplines. Some questions you can begin to ask yourself this week, this weekend, this month is, where do I need to show up like Lou Gehrig, no matter how I feel? Where do I need to show up like Lou? Another one is, where do I need to lead like Jeter, with humility and presence? Where do I need to lead like Jeter? The third question is, what one thing do I need to master like Rivera? What is the one thing, not a ton, what is one that I can master until I'm untouchable? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I've got a room full of people waiting to hear me. I am so honored to be a part of this journey with you. And I am so pleased that you show up looking to take yourself to the next level each day. It is an absolute honor, and I mean it. Those of you who reach out and text and message, thank you. That means more than you know. Guys, go out today and get your unfair share. Go out today and figure out what it is that you need to master, and then be consistent on it. Remember, we don't rise to the occasion. We rise to our training. We don't need more pitches. We need more precision. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the internet, Coach Kyle Evans, quick hitter on this Monday morning. I cannot wait to see you tomorrow. Go make it a great one.